Hey everyone, welcome to my first YouTube video. This is my second time trying to record this. Hopefully it's not any more than that, because I realized my voice was way too quiet and that the music was way too loud as I was going over it. So, let's try again. So this is a new series about my song called... Damn it, Discord notification. What's it called again? It's called I'm Sick of Quarantining, that's right. It's not called Hot Summer, that's what it used to be called. So, yeah, let's just get started, I guess. I'm gonna go over this series, or at least, okay, I should probably detail what the series is first, but this series is going to go in-depth, relatively in-depth, not really, but kind of, regarding the technicalities of creating music, so it's not gonna go into music theory and stuff like that, but it's going to go over how I made the sounds, kinda closely. And this right here is this program right here is Reason 11. I'm probably gonna switch soon as I get money, just because Reason 11 is cool and all, but the company's going in a direction I don't really like, and I might just switch over to something like Ableton, since I prefer that, honestly. And I remember using the trial version when I got this keyboard right here, which you can hear that I'm hopefully not clipping the microphone with as I'm pressing it. But yeah, basically this program works fine. It was infinitely better than Reason 3, which my dad had. But yeah, basically we're going to start off with basically the sounds that the song has. So here we have the swells at the beginning. Never mind, I forgot to change preferences. There we go, now you should be able to hear it. So, alright. So these swells right here, sorry, I'm having a stroke. Okay, yeah, really, I really can't think anymore. But by themselves, they're kind of lonely, and they're not really that interesting, so I brought in this little ambient noise right here, and it's just ambient noise. It's me doing stuff like next to the microphone, or just making click sounds with my mouth or something like that with reverb and delay added to it. So this is what you hear at the start of the song. You get a little bit later, and you come across the first swell, which is just... well, when it starts. There you go. Those two swells have swells have reverb and delay added to them. So now for the bass. So for the bass, pretty easy. It's just a simple bass FM patch that I made, that I stole directly from Cold Summer, pretty much. And I made it with saw, so that way I can swell them when it gets to the end of a measure. So like this. And next we have probably the most interesting patch in this project, and it's a sweeping sine. It's like this. Here, hold up. Is there a way I can bypass this? And you'll notice that's not what you're hearing. That's not what you're hearing in the final project, that is. So, what you are hearing is this, and this right here, the alligator, is a it's a multi-band filter gate. So you have the high band that gets let out whenever I press a key, the mid band, and then the low band. And those just let out different frequencies of the sound, so it creates a little rhythmic aspect to it. And then there's also delayed, that also helps with that a little bit. So you hear this. And that's about it. Next you have the drums, which I forgot to solo out. You have a little bit of a hi-hat going on here, and then finally when it hits, I'm going to call it the climax, because it's not really a drop. These are just a couple sounds that I stole from the drum supply. I don't remember which ones they were, but if you have Reason 11, you can probably find them. Next we have one of, actually, yeah, this is the only ARP I have in this sound. project song. There we go. And if you listen to C418's Excursions and the second song called Cold Summer, you'll hear something pretty similar, albeit a worse version of... Not worse, sorry. This is a worse version of that. Oops. Okay, so... What else? You'll also hear that if I continue playing this... I have to be kind of loud, though, because... Right here, I'll turn this down. There we go. So... As this is playing, you'll notice that... Oh my god. There we go. Be quiet. There we go. Alright, so... As this is playing... You'll notice that it kind of moves around your head a little bit. Sorry, I don't know why I'm having so many issues today talking, but... It moves around your head a little bit, and that is because of these automation lanes right here. And... yeah. Down as the song progresses... This kind of dips down, which translates to panning the track to the left, and as it goes up, it pans the track to the right, and in the middle is directly level. So after that, you have this instrument right here, which is just a sine wave with a little shaper attached to it. It sounds like this. And normally, with the context of everything else on the track, it would sound like this. That's about it. We can solo it out, probably here. Actually, no, we can't solo it out. I mean, I could just... Yeah, so, I'll go over a shaper again. I did that in my last recording, so may as well just demonstrate what the shaper does, because it's a really nice way to change the texture of the sine wave, or at least an otherwise kind of simple sound into something that sounds a lot more lush. So if I solo this out, you'll hear the effects of it. I have it turning from pretty much non-existent to all the way at max. It almost sounds like a square wave almost. Anyway. That's about that. That's about it, I mean. So, after that, we kind of have this part where the rest of the song tapers off. Right here. Actually, it's here. And you hear the ambient noise in the back again. Kind of in the background. The swells come back in, and then here's a little automation lane that kind of adjusts the lushness and intensity of the swells that you hear, because it goes from kind of a low mellow tone. You can definitely hear the difference there. Also, I'm sorry if the audio's clipping. I'm not sure how to stop that yet, but when I figure it out, I will make changes. Next we have... Actually, this right here is my... Oops. This right here is my favorite part of the entire song, and it's... I'm just gonna play it in full. I did this last time too. I can't help myself. It's just... I love it. Like the rhythmic aspect of the clicky sine wave that I was showing you earlier with the shaper. In tandem with this, it's great. And the reason why I mentioned that is because at the end of the song, when this comes in again, it's... I don't know, I don't think it's nearly as... I don't want to say heart-wrenching, but I this was an emotional piece for me when I made it. It's kind of special because of that, so... Like, I feel like right here, it doesn't really convey or invoke as much emotion as it did in the other part of the song. But right here, and as for how I made this, it's just a patch. It's just an FM patch, and I'm gonna go into the rack for the first time and show you how it's made. So, The Thor is one of my favorite instruments in Reason 11. It was introduced in Reason 4, yada yada, you guys don't care about that. But basically, these three modules right here determine what the song sounds like. Or at least that section right there. Oops. So, what's a good way to show you what I mean? Okay, so we have this, and this alone produces this sound. So, like this. And if I turn off the chorus, alright, I actually haven't tried that before, but turning the chorus and whatnot back on, it sounds a little different, I think. It kind of gives it the more dynamic aspect. Oh, it sounds way different. Oops. Well, you guys get the message, I hope. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. In terms of the individual elements of the song. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of video. I understand it was kind of, it was a little rushed, because I do have to leave pretty soon. But aside from that, hope you guys learned about how I made this track, and if you guys want more of these, just tell me down in the comments if I didn't do a good job, which I didn't, about explaining this. Then in the next video I'll try to do a better job. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoy.